Robbie, what's up, brother?
How's it going, mate?
Where you been?
That's a good question.
It's a good question, but listen, you wanted today the podcast to be 5 minutes. What's wrong with you? What happened?
Well, we don't have a guest.
What happened? Your vacation? It doesn't matter, bro.
Well, I guess I'm the guest.
Okay.
For it's what episode number is this now?
It's number 5. You lost your mind in your vacation.
It's 4 for me.
Get distracted easy.
Episode 4 for me. Where's Andreas? He did such a good job.
Yeah, he say hi.
Is he going to come back?
He will come back. Yeah, maybe we should start doing podcasts, Zoom podcasts. I like in person, but maybe that's the option, for fighters that they are far.
We're going to have to start making some money and fly our guests in, like business class.
You have money.
Wait, can TK Boxing sponsor business class flights?
We will, but you have money already.
I don't know about that, man.
You just sold, bro. Can we say that? You just sold your movie in...
Well, it's a TV show, but yes, thank you. We can kind of say it. Maybe a little bit, but yes, sold a TV show. I appreciate that.
Congratulations. Okay.
But, it's writing, so we don't get paid.
So, where did you travel? I thought you went in back home, South Africa.
No. I went, I went to work in Sardinia on it's called the Globe Soccer Awards, actually, funnily enough, completely separate to like the type of writing I do, but it's basically like the soccer awards show that's like rivaling the Ballon d'Or. Do you even watch football?
Like soccer?
Yeah.
Of course. I don't watch anymore, but I grew up with soccer. Like we were like big fans of soccer.
Well, the Euros is going on at the moment. Greece aren't in it, are they?
It's Albania though. I'm half Greek, half Albania.
Oh, now you support it.
No, I support both, bro. But I'm not familiar with which teams is Albania now in the same, how you say that? The same group.
Yeah, so Albania, they actually did well. They drew with Croatia, I think,
nice.
2-2. Anyway, the Euros are happening now, but I was in Sardinia for a soccer award show, end of season award show. It was the La Liga Spanish Football Awards, and also like an international award show where Mbappe was like named Player of the Year. So it was pretty cool. And Sardinia was like really, really good.
Who's going to be the Player of the Year this year? Is it still Messi and Ronaldo?
No, not anymore, mate.
What about Romario?
Romario.
What?
The Brazilian Romario.
Is he old?
Yeah, he's still knocking around, I'm sure.
I don't follow soccer at all, but also like it's not a big thing in US, right? It's not a big sport, and you don't really get updated from it's not a big sport here.
No, but it's getting bigger and bigger. Like compared to look at us talking about football on our boxing podcast, but no, I think we should just go with this. Compared to like when I first got here, like 10 years ago,
it's getting better.
Yeah, like
Messi
now,
brought a lot of traffic. Beckham brought a lot of traffic.
Beckham was a big one for the Galaxy. I remember watching him.
You want to know a funny story? At Mad City, actually.
Sure it's funny?
Unless if I told you again the same story. So at Mad City, in one of the boxing gyms that I used to train, I still train. I went one day and I was training my client. And the other trainer, the owner also, Dominic, he was training this kid. So I would start having a conversation with this kid. I was like, hey, what's up, bro? Where are you from? He's like, hey, I'm from England. Did I told you that story?
No.
Okay.
You might have.
Listen, so I said, hey, where are you from, bro? He's like, I'm from England. And he's like, but I love Greece. I used to go with my family there. Anyways, long story short, the kid left. And I asked Dominic, I say, hey, how did you find this guy? He's like, I don't know. His dad is one of the owners from Rumble, another boxing gym. I'm like, what's his name? He's like, Beckham something.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, wait, Beckham. He's like, yeah, Brooklyn Beckham. I'm like, dude, this kid is very, it's a big thing.
Hold on, did you tell me this or did Dom tell me this?
I don't think that Dom even care, bro. Probably I told you that.
That was at the old Mad City gym, right?
Yeah.
On La Brea.
On La Brea. So while were you traveling, did you watch any fights?
Do you know what? I watched, so basically, after Sardinia, the reason why I was gone for so long is that my brother lives in Dubai. So and I'm doing another project, TV project set in the Middle East. So I went out to go do some further research.
Saudi or Dubai, you said?
He lives in Dubai.
Dubai, okay.
So basically, that's a very long answer to your question of like, no. I watched the Fury Usyk fight,
Okay.
which I think I predicted right.
You say Usyk, you did.
I did say Usyk,
You
didn't
did.
I? I mean, I didn't say it very convincingly, but I'll
No.
take it.
Yeah.
I watched that. I watched the 5v5, the Wilder fight, and all of that. I didn't watch the Tank Davis fight.
Do you think Wilder is finished?
I don't see how. I mean, the Joshua fight's, I think, gone.
It's very. I mean, he has to come. He needs to get at least 3-4 more fights, start knocking out guys in order to get back to.
But how it's so? Well, that's what he was meant to do with Zhang, though, right? Like, oh, get back to knocking people out. So who does he go to next?
You can last a little bit longer. Like you remember, Luis Ortiz, a Cuban guy. He's still fighting. I think 45, 46. How old is he? Because it's not too much bouncing. It's like standing there, and even Zhang is 41, right?
Yeah, around there, yeah.
So he still has time. The thing is that if mentally he's there, if mentally he can be there, because I feel like Wilder now he might be scared to fight with anybody because mentally he went down already 2-3 times in the last 4 fights.
There's no time is not on his side to like rebuild. He could get like another fight, knock someone out. He'd need another one against a slightly bigger name, knock them out. So we're talking like another 3 fights maybe to get right back up to the big time. Does he really have that in him now? I don't know. Also, I mean, I it's like what we were saying last time. It's like, does he have the mentality now after all the ayahuasca ceremonies he went through and all of that?
Yeah,
So,
I don't know about that. I don't know if that thing, the ayahuasca, how it calls,
mushrooms. Just call it
if the
mushrooms.
mushrooms, it helps anybody, to be honest. Because as a fighter, you don't want that calmness. You need to be not intense, but you need to have the fire. Like you can't lose the fire and go and fight with killers. You know what I mean? That's why he was doing so good all of these years. Not because he was a great boxer, but because he was a killer and he had that killer instinct.
Yeah, so he
But let me say this. I'm sorry that I interrupt you. I don't even think it's a ayahuasca that he did. I don't think that is anything. I just think that the fights with Fury took his soul, literally.
Yeah.
Like the 3 fights with Fury, he gave everything he got, and after that, like he lost everything.
there were good fights with Fury, but essentially he lost 2, drew 1, and some say he even lost. Well, I was at that fight. Actually, can I tell you a funny story?
Yeah.
This is probably not that funny, but I was at the first Fury Wilder fight, up in the nosebleeds watching it. And you know how you get into fights sometimes and it's just going and you're like...
Which fight was that?
The first Fury
The first one?
Wilder. Yeah.
Oh wow, that was.
Yeah, but...
Dude, you see Fury going down.
No, but this is my point. No, I missed it. Because at the exact
No way.
moment, at round 12, whatever it was, the fight was kind of like, going. And I was like, let me just check my phone.
No.
Looked down at my phone, heard the roar, looked up. There's Fury
On the floor.
On the floor. I missed like the most famous knockout.
No way,
knockouts. Yeah.
bro. Literally, that's one of the most famous
Yeah, I
knockdowns.
missed it.
So that's what I think with Wilder, bro. Like he has to change his whole mindset 100%.
But has he been found out then? Like, was he ever really that good? Like, apart from his power, it's not for me to say. You're in a better position to say.
Maybe he started realizing that he never fought like any huge names in his whole career. He fought Fury, he lost. He fought Zhang, he fought Luis Ortiz, actually. That was a very close fight. I mean, he knocked him out in the 8th round, but Luis Ortiz got very, very good rounds with him.
Parker,
Zhang, like these guys are strong and very good boxers. And maybe he started realizing that, like when I face this guy, it's not the same.
So can you say the same thing for Fury now? Because Fury just suffered his first loss
Yes, but
against Usyk, who was like a supreme fighter. Now, can you say the same thing about Fury?
No.
If you look with hindsight, you look back at their records now and you go, well, actually, Fury only fought Wilder 3 times and Klitschko. Who else did he really fight? So, like, are their records like padded? You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, that's a good point.
and then suddenly when they come up against the elite of the elite, they lose, and that perception then, changes.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I do believe that Fury, I think he kind of underestimated Usyk even in the fight. Because if you see the third round, I think it was 3 or 4 till the 7th, when he got knocked down in the 8th round. I think it was the 8th round. So, anyways, he had 3, 4 very, very good rounds, which he was walking down Usyk and he was hurting him. And I was like, oh, that's going to be easy for Fury. But then he was kind of like chill and like took it easy. But the thing with Fury, with Usyk, is that he has that winning mindset that even in the last second, he's not there to like just finish the game. He's there to win. You know what I mean? And maybe Fury, he didn't face anybody with that strong mindset like Usyk has.
In my opinion, Usyk kind of maybe won the first couple of rounds, and then Fury took over, right? Did like 3, 4, 5 in a row. Broke his nose, potentially, but had, some damage that changed the fight slightly. But just before Usyk caught him with that...
the left hook.
The left hook. Fury was he just basically like tapped him. Like did a couple of little taps because he thought he was in so much control.
Yeah.
That looking back on that was the moment that swung. He just like tapped him a little bit, didn't expect that to come back. And that's when Usyk changed everything, was that when he caught him. So I think now, my point being is that Fury now knows that he got complacent and will keep him at range. And you can't just tap Usyk.
The thing with Usyk though is that he is a kind of fighter that he make adjustments, boom, super quick. So it doesn't matter how Fury will come, you know that Usyk, he will make adjustments all the time. Because again, he's there to win. He's not there just to survive with anybody. Gervonta?
I didn't see that one, but as expected.
He makes fight look so easy, and I really like him. I can see a lot of similarities with Canelo. Like he's literally walking down guys. Frank Martin, he was boxing very nice actually. He was keep walking him. Gervonta, he was keep walking him down. Frank Martin was throwing good combinations, but this didn't seem like he was getting bothered with those punches. And as soon as he finds the opening, he was like landing.
He stopped him, right?
He stopped him,
like
yeah.
in the 8th round or something. Did
Yeah.
he knock him out or stop
He
him?
knocked him out. He knocked
Knocked
him
him
out. Yeah.
So he was just toying with him again. And
Yeah. But it's so interesting because, like, again, he was walking, like, Frank Martin, he was keep punching for like 8-9 rounds, and Gervonta, he was keep going forward. And it's so crazy, man. Like, a lot of times I say, where is this power coming from? You know?
Yeah, and then I saw, though, Ryan Garcia was on the...
He was
on the ring.
I don't know what he's doing, man. I don't know what he's doing. Like he came with a T-shirt that he wants a rematch or something, and then he went and he will start hugging Tank. I was like, I don't know, what are you doing? Like today he announced that he's retired, and I don't know, bro.
And also the fight with Haney wasn't just being
No contest. Yeah. So basically, in the papers, he didn't want that fight. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how accurate were the, the tests that they made. But I don't know. He beat up Henry pretty bad in that fight.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like you can make it a no contest, but it's still going to go down as a loss.
And that's a big loss. Like who passed? That was not a loss. That was a big time loss.
Yeah, exactly. And look, it's. Yes, he might have been on something. It's not like he was doing a Jarrell Miller and like failed like steroid
like big time,
big time. So people always think like, oh well, he's even without the drug, he probably still would have beaten him. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah.
So that record, Haney's always going to have that. So I don't know, but yeah, he's not going to be able to fight Tank because he's going to be banned.
I don't even know if Tank wants to get that. There's no point for Tank. Like, he has a lot of. He has more other fighters. Like at this point, I mean, I don't know why you need to give very much to Garcia at this point. You know what I mean? What's the point? Like he beat him up easy. It's not like it was a close fight and he beat him up. Why you have to give? I mean, I understand because of the of the numbers that the fight will make, but it doesn't make any sense. I mean, there's so many other fighters like Lomachenko, like Shakur.
You don't need to see that fight again.
Which one?
The Garcia fight.
Yeah, exactly. It might happen in the future again, but
it's just Garcia acting like a crazy person.
I don't know, bro.
Like, he's desperate.
To be honest, I stopped following him. I like him, but like he's posting like nonsense stuff. So
Tolis, it's like you going and asking a girl for a second date when she dumped you after the first one. It's just desperate. You can't just keep asking a girl for a date.
You never did that?
Hey man,
Did you box in your vacations?
No, you know what I did? I didn't do any boxing. Dubai was like as expected, like really hot. But I actually went to for the first time ever, I went to Barry's boot camp. Have you been to Barry's boot camp? Do you know Barry's? Obviously
why we do a podcast together?
Barry's boot. Shall I just leave? Hey, you know what? Hold on.
What? Do you work in your butt and you in the boxing podcast?
Big up to Barry's, actually. And this is a topic we can actually talk about now briefly, is like...
For Barry's?
Barry's, right.
I'm sorry.
Boxing fitness, right?
Do they do boxing in Barry's?
No, but...
Thank God.
But you know what I actually enjoyed doing it was like the actual treadmill sprints. Like they get you to do.
Okay.
Like you start on the treadmills, and you build up like gradients and sprints, then you go onto the floor and you go back on the treadmill. I like running. I like sprinting. What I find sometimes with boxing training, like yes, we do like the longer runs, but you don't get that like
the running part.
You know, I've seen you on that treadmill at Mad City.
I do.
Like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need more of that type of
intense.
Yeah, I mean even like CrossFit, like they don't do any running. Well, you know, if they do any, it's like round the block maybe. But CrossFitters, they can't run. Like boxers, they have that endurance and they go for longer runs, slower runs. But I actually enjoyed actually like opening the lungs a little bit.
Yeah, the last 2 years I have been. Back in the days, I was very athletic, man. Back in the days,
you go on runs like marathons.
Yeah, but after my injuries with my knees, I haven't. I mean, the marathon was a different story. I did it in a very low pace, though, right?
You did it with like 1 week?
1 week.
1 week training? Not even that. You just signed up a week before the marathon. And then
literally.
And then did the marathon.
Literally.
LA marathon, right?
I was like, it was Saturday and next Sunday was a marathon. So I said, you know what? My knees feels good. I haven't really prepared, but fuck it. Let's sign up.
This is when we were talking about doing the podcast.
It was pretty cool. It was by that time. You know, it was pretty cool because have you ever run the marathon?
I've done a half marathon. Not
marathon.
Full,
okay.
No.
The whole experience was pretty nice because people on the street, like, you know, like they're giving you like water, and you see kids like trying to help you out, and it was very like I wasn't expecting to be so nice. Literally, like the people, they're motivating you while you run. The best part, you want to know the best part? Oh. Before you finish, 2 miles before you finish, there were people giving you beer to drink. I was like taking from everybody. You forget about the pain, you forget about everything, but you better finish it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess that is the performing in front of a crowd helps, doesn't it? TK going.
TK is going great. I was just waiting for you to come back.
No, man.
By the way,
I saw the podcast.
You never told me how you got into boxing.
Well, mate, that's a good question.
That was in South Africa? You started in South Africa or in England?
Yeah, so long story short, and obviously no one gives a shit about former glory stories. But once upon a time, I used to play rugby. That was like my thing.
We can make a reel with like a very with a nice music. Once upon a time, I was playing rugby.
black and white photos. Of
Wait,
me.
and we were right. Wait till the end.
Yeah.
Nothing really
Nothing
happened.
happened. No.
Shut down TK podcast.
Yeah. That was
After
it.
that.
I'm just trying to, get some credibility here. But no, once upon a time, I played rugby, played age group rugby for England, and then
You should have stuck in rugby.
I should have fucking stuck in rugby. I wouldn't be sitting here doing a fucking podcast, would I? But no, I chose to do something creative. I'm like, you always get those sportsmen who are like, yeah, I didn't make it because I got injured. Like, yeah, I didn't have any of those problems. I just didn't make it. But I was playing rugby till like 23,
You were just
24.
not good.
I was just wasn't good enough. But I went to South Africa to play rugby, and then I stopped playing rugby. Decided to go down.
You should have gone in Greece for rugby. There's only one team.
There's only one team.
You will be so good.
Yeah, I'll be playing for the Greek national team, even at 40. But yeah, look, to answer your question, I fell in love with boxing in the Ricky Hatton days when he was fighting Floyd Mayweather. Like, that's when I just became obsessed with it. And I was working in sports broadcasting at the time. So I stopped playing rugby.
Ricky Hatton was a legend of England,
amazing.
right?
Yeah. I mean, he changed the game in regards to like supporters coming over to Vegas. Man of the people. I met him once in South Africa. Actually, he came to promote a fight. So I went to the news conference. I think it was the weigh-in, and got him to like sign a glove. And then the next day when I was out, I went to this nightclub, and there's Ricky Hatton just standing in the nightclub with a fucking pint.
Oh shit!
Just getting on it. He got me into boxing, and I think what boxing offers me is that, first of all, it's completely humbling. Like, starting boxing is like starting a brand new sport. No matter how good you are at any other sport, to start boxing is like fucking humbling. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Just being, in rugby, we take hits and it's contact and all that.
You are by yourself also.
And in boxing, you're by yourself, and someone's like, there's such a raw, like, just such a raw, like, aspect of someone throwing a punch at you, and you're not having a teammate, or just there's different laws in rugby in America.
So as soon as you started, you became obsessed, basically.
Yeah, and then it's like about getting better, and I love the competitive aspect of it. Not that I fight professionally or spar like white collar fights, but there is that competitive aspect of it as a sport, and I think that's why it's growing as a sport.
The British boxing is going up now, again.
Mate, British boxing has been
Queensbury
Queensbury is
Queensbury,
the promotional company.
and Matchroom 5-0, 5-0. Dude,
Yeah, they fucked him up
Eddie
5-0.
Hare was so depressed, bro.
Yeah, dude, that was like, I was quite surprised by that. But they have really good stables, and now there's talk of the Saudi boxing league. Did you hear about that?
No.
Well,
Oh,
effectively,
that you mean that they're trying to create one belt, like a UFC that they're trying to put all together?
there's talk of basically the Saudis, combining all the promotional companies now and making a league. I don't know how how that would work exactly, like signing all the fighters and stuff, or whether the promotional companies would even do that. Like, if I had a promotional company and someone wanted to basically buy it off me and then buy everyone else, I don't know. That's just basically like, well, what else are you meant to do? Like, there goes your job.
Talking about billions, right? Like they will buy.
Yeah, but then what I like about boxing, though, and like, okay, we complain that the best fights don't often get made. That's fine, and you can look at the UFC and go, oh yeah, all the fights get made. I love, though, that the personality and the character from different promotional companies, like, they wear different things. You can wear different gloves. Your ring walks are different. Everything is different. Yeah, it's harder to bring everyone together, but when you do bring them together, that fight is so novel. UFC is just homogenous, same fighters wearing the same things in the same venues, in the same look, in the same everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It seems that it's going in that direction. Like, it seems that the Saudis, they will buy everything. They will buy all the promotions. I don't know in the long term because, to be honest, I like to see the main events in Vegas. I like to see all the big fights in Vegas and LA and New York, and I do believe that they started in Saudi with a with so they can transit and they bring everything back in US. But yeah, we want the big events in US.
Well, I think so. We have the Crawford fight. That is good here in LA in like 3rd of August. That's the Riyadh. That's a Saudi-backed promotion.
Did you hear Crawford talking for the king? What's his name? I gotta say it
Turkish.
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hear Crawford talking about the Turkish, the excellency?
No.
He probably they told him, hey, you gotta say something about the Turkish, and he said, hey, what's up, bro? What's up, bro? Thanks for the invite.
Such an eloquent American.
Yeah, but he's real, man. Like he doesn't care. He knows how to fight. He's ready.
But look, I don't mind. Like, who are we to say? Vegas had all the fights, right? So why can't Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, wherever? Why can't they? The whole aim is to attract tourism, right? Vegas holds fights so people come and gamble in their casinos. Saudi Arabia or whoever are just doing the same thing. So why not? And they're attracting.
I mean, that looks that they do it for the money, though.
It's all about the money. We get to miss out because we now live in America and can't go over to Riyadh. It's a bit further, but I think it depends on, like, going back to like British boxing, like wherever the stars are, the fights will happen. Like Crawford is an American fighter, so we're fighting in America. Anthony Joshua is now going to fight, I think, at Wembley again. So, if there's a big American heavyweight, then I'm sure they'll take a fight to Vegas again.
Who you want our next guest?
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul.
That would be good.
That will be good.
Or Sid.
He's fighting with Mike Perry.
Yeah, who's...
You know Mike Perry?
Some old...
Mike Perry is a former UFC fighter. Now he's in bare knuckle. He's a gangster. Like, he's a good fighter. He can fight. 100% he can fight. Now it's a different story in the boxing, right? Like, I don't know. Jake Paul is getting better, so...
Well, he's doing it, obviously, as a replacement for Tyson, right?
I know, bro. Come on, man. Now, it's funny because he doesn't fight boxers. I mean, like, good for him, whatever he does, but he doesn't. Like, he's choosing only former UFC fighters. I don't know. Not even former boxing fighters.
He's just making money.
Yes, good for him.
Until the music stops. But talking about music stops, I feel like this podcast has been all about me.
Who, this one?
Yeah. I feel uncomfortable talking about myself.
Well, that's what we said, right? Today's going to be about you.
Yeah, we don't have to do it ever again. We'll get...
Now
that everyone knows that I am a failed rugby player.
So everybody knows that we have in the podcast a former rugby player. Former bad rugby player.
A failed rugby player.
That's not true, though. That's not true.
A former... No. I gave it up to pursue my dreams of Hollywood, and look at us now.
Still broke.
Still broke with no guests.
Okay, Robbie, so we have some very good news for our next guest. We haven't confirmed yet, but we'll know the next few days. And we'll come back, in 2 weeks?
Yeah, I think a couple of weeks.
Couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's summer now, man. Like...
you take a summer vacation.
Yeah,
and you just came from vacation, bro. Like, Andreas, come back.
After this podcast, I need another break. Yeah, where's Andreas?
You work with the high school kids, whenever they go to school, you work.
Hey, man, I'm moving to Greece.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it's good to be back, man. Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, we'll see you for the next one.
Peace.
Thanks.